in through their nose, and you are telling them after training they can't migrate. I will not be part of those who will give soft landing to these guys who are running the affairs of this country.
People are dying every day in an hour. People just go in and come out and read out stories to us. Come on, Kofi.
We must step beyond the talk. We have the analysis.
Join us as we dissect the headlines, bring you exclusive interviews, and dive deep into the heart of the matter. The big conversations live here.
Join Kofi Bartels on the Morning Crossfire, weekdays 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. only on 99.3 Nigeria Info. Lagos, are you ready to be heard?
Yeah, good morning, Kofi Bartels. Hello, good morning, Kofi Bartels. Good morning, Mr. Kofi. Hello, Mr. Kofi Bartels. And morning good to all our callers and listeners.
It's your voice that drives the conversation on the Morning Crossfire.
Weekdays 5 a.m. to 9 a.m.
Your opinions, your stories, your take on the hot topics shaping our city and nation. We want to hear from you.
The president is aware that we have a security problem here.
I don't know which area you stay in Lagos. There is no light again. No. These investors, I don't know hearing that there is no light in Nigeria.
Whether somebody loots or somebody will not loot, a lot of things will happen.
Why is Tinubu doing this to us?
Join Kofi Bartels for engaging debates, expert insights, and your voice at the heart of every discussion. Don't just listen, participate. Tune in and be part of the conversation. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. It's still the Morning Crossfire Radio 99.3 Nigeria Info. We expect to be joined by a food scientist with Lagos Food Bank Initiative, Real One Oye Dele. Once Real One is with us, we'll put him on the air. And we're asking, for his thoughts, suggestions, and advice on healthy alternatives to processed food. Okay, so once we have Real One on the line, we'll put him on the air. But for those of you listening, we bring health topics and stories your way every single Thursday. Give you a chance to talk about issues that affect your health. And a couple of weeks back, we talked about the dangers to your health in eating some packed processed food items or ingredients. And one of those that we touched on was tin tomatoes, or what is called tomato mix. And I did tell you that for those of you who think that everything in that tin, or be it a sachet, is tomato puree, you are wrong. Okay, the varying percentages that the authorities in different countries allow as minimum content for the tomato. In some countries it's very low, in some countries it's not so low, but it's still low. Okay, so it's something that you should be aware of. Also, some of the tomato mix or paste that you buy have ingredients that have been known to have some health implications, so you have to be aware in choosing which one to purchase. Okay, and that's just one. There are several other processed food items that some processed food items, other processed food items that are very, very, very also important. You look at the contents, you look at the the ingredients before you buy. All right, so since we have this conversation, I really would like to find out, what have you used that information I gave out a couple of weeks ago to do? Okay, have you used it to make better decisions? Was it helpful in any way? Did you learn anything from it? Have you made any lifestyle changes? Have you made any purchasing changes? I told you it's important when you're buying packed food, processed food items or ingredients. You need to look at the labeling. I came across a voice note. Someone shared the voice note. I don't know if the person works for NAFDAC or if the person is a teacher or something, and was he was afraid of the implications of some of the food items, factory manufactured food items that factory manufactured food that we consume in Nigeria. And I can't play that voice note because he mentioned certain brands, and I have no knowledge of the content of or the processes of those particular brands, and so I don't have any intention to put that voice note on the air. But if you want it, I can give it to you privately. You can ask for it on WhatsApp. I'll send the link. Okay, I've seen it shared by a number of persons online. But it reminded me of that conversation we had. That's the same thing we're talking about. As a matter of fact, the National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, NAFDAC, is a mouthful. I think they need to, change the name, make it easier. They have been on the market to the markets. They've been confiscating, fake tomato paste. It's not the one that's in the market that they've approved. These ones are fake tomato paste, imported, right? Fake tomato paste. So now we have two problems. Number one, what I talked about, which is the tomato paste you buy, you need to look at the ingredients to be sure it's something you can accommodate in your body. If you're okay with it, please go ahead. Okay, if you're not okay, do your research and then be aware that it's not all tomato that's in there. I gave the percentages for different countries, including Nigeria. And NAFDAC has a document out, guideline for the percentages. But now the second problem we have is that, and it's not new, there's also fake tomato paste. Fake tomato paste. And it's being sold by people like you and I in this country. They're selling it to unsuspecting individuals. And if NAFDAC is able to get this thing, destroy them, I will hazard a guess, that you have more of such products that have found their way to the shelves of shops in your neighborhood. All right? So we have to be very careful. We have to be very, very careful what we eat. We have to be very, very careful what we give our children to eat. And all that. Very careful. So, what kind of lifestyle changes have you made? What decisions have you made to protect yourself since we had that last conversation? I'd like to know. Please call 0201-277-0993. 0201-277-0993. Also, please call 0201-465-7190. 0201-465-7190. And you can share your thoughts with us. Let's see, we have a food scientist joining us. Oh yeah, okay, I can see that we have a food scientist with us. Our WhatsApp number, just for messages this time only, 080-9597-5805, 080-9597-5805. And then, of course, you can have your say. All right. I would like to say good morning to Oyedele Real One, who is a food scientist. He is with the Lagos Food Bank Initiative. Real One, good morning to you. Can you hear me? Hello, Real One. Are you there? Okay. Give us a second. 99.3, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, well done, Mr. Kofi.
Welcome. Your name?
I've been actually watching out for... Okay, sorry, my name is Suleiman.
Okay, Suleiman. Okay.
I've been actually watching out for this particular program. I'll still refer to you on the last one. So what I just want to ask,
yeah,
can we get the contacts of this person that you're inviting? That's one. Then the WhatsApp message or voice note that you refer to. How can one get that?
Just say hi to me on WhatsApp. And then you say, okay, you want to hear that voice.
The problem I have, I'm sorry to cut you short.
No, it's okay.
One problem I'm having with your WhatsApp line, I send messages, I don't see any activity there. I only see my own messages. It's a shock to me. And several times I've called this line before. It will tell me that this line, your number is not allowed to call this line. I don't understand what's happening.
I can't explain it, but like I said, just send a message to us on WhatsApp and request. Just say, hi, Kofi, I'm the one that's called you. Send me the link to the voice note. Yeah, that's
the general WhatsApp line, right? That's what you're referring to.
We have only one
general
WhatsApp. We have only one WhatsApp.
Okay, no problem. I understand. Then finally, please, Mr. Kofi, there's a particular interview you held long ago, very long, I think last year, with a particular person in Port Harcourt. It was about the pollution. I've messaged you several on
pollution of what?
About pollution
of what?
Pollution. That's environmental pollution from the oil. The man revealed a lot of facts. I've been struggling to get that information from you, the recording.
Just go on our page, our Facebook page.
I've searched everything.
All right.
And I've messaged you several times on
we have to go because the conversation is being steered to a direction that we're not. Yeah. But just say hi on WhatsApp, okay? Say hi on WhatsApp. All right. See if we have Real One with us. Real One, are you there? Can you hear me? Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, good to see you, Real One. Are you at work?
Yes, I am.
In the office. How is everyone over there?
They are all fine.
Oh, fantastic.
Everyone is coming in.
Fantastic. Good.
Thank you.
Good to have you. Real One, a couple of weeks ago, we had a conversation on the contents of processed foods or food items, especially those that are canned and tinned and bottled. And we sort of try to encourage our listeners to always check for the content, ingredients, just to be able to know what they are taking in. And we used tinned tomatoes as, or tomato mix, let me say, because some of them come in sachet these days, as an example to tell people that, not everything in that container is tomato. As a matter of fact, NAFDAC specifies that tomato concentration must be at least 8%. And they have a documented guideline for that for Nigeria. So that's their natural total soluble solid, their NTS or NTSS. Yeah. In other countries, you have like maybe 24% minimum, And we got to know that, okay, in this tomato mix or paste, not all the brands, but some, the one I've seen, you have other things like cornstarch, you have other things like sugar, you have other thickeners, gums and all that, you have acidity regulators, you have flavorings, and you have permitted colors. Most of it are artificial from the research I've done, like E129, which is, there's some studies that say continuous consumption of E129 may lead to things like autism in children and stuff like that. So what we want, first of all, is your thought on this this thing we've talked about, then move on to alternatives. So what are your thoughts on that?
You have really done an extensive research on this topic, actually. So what I will actually say is that it is not totally healthy to consume this type of food, because apart from the tomato that is in it, the original natural tomato, there are some ingredients that are added to it, like these colors, they're artificial. Cornstarch is a thickener. So cornstarch itself is not the problem, but because it has undergone industrial process, so some of the properties might have been altered. Do you understand what I'm saying? Some of the properties might have been altered, and so that's why some of these ingredients, mostly when they have passed through industrial process, we don't advise people to take them in. And for this thing to stay long like that, Though the way it was packaged aseptically. What I mean is that they did it in such a way that those things that spoil these packaged foods, like microorganisms, they have been killed before packaging the tomato. Those in the tomato and those in the packaging material itself. So they have been killed. But for something like sugar, sometimes I won't say sugar was used as a sweetener in the tomato. Because of the osmotic effect of sugar, it serves as a preservative too. But there are still some artificial preservatives that have been added to these foods. That's why we don't encourage people to take them. You get me? So that's it. So my take on it is that I think the fresh one is good.
Okay. All right. The fresh one is good. If you have any question for our guest, who's a food scientist, please call and you can ask him the questions that you have. Everyone, permit me to bring in. Okay, I think we lost this caller. All right. So tell us about. I mean, if you hear 8% minimum concentration of tomatoes,
yes,
meaning that you can, if you have, you want to do it 8% only, then it means that the rest of that thing we are seeing there is made up of other items. So
yes.
Is it that the color of the, why is the coloring used, first of all? I mean, if it's, why do they use this coloring, artificial coloring?
Yeah, they use coloring because, one, by the time you do the pulp extraction, because you are going to remove the skin, and the skin is one of the things that give that tomato that color. So the pulp itself may not be as red as the skin. So by the time you extract the tomato juice itself, most times after sieving, the skin leaves with it. And so this thing can mimic the original tomato, like you are taking the tomato itself. That's why they add these colors, just to give you the aesthetics. That's the essence of this color. It does not have any nutritional value.
And the microorganisms I said are killed. What is the effect or impact of that?
Yes, they killed the microorganisms because they want to preserve this thing sometimes so that it can stay on our shelves for as long as 6 months, sometimes more than that. So these microorganisms don't make the tomato paste to spoil on time, because the principle is two things can spoil it: the high moisture content in fresh tomato, and that has been dealt with by concentrating it into a paste. And another risk factor now are the microorganisms, like yeast. Is something we see in the market. All this grade B, grade C tomato, they call it, Yoruba call it esha. So you see that it's already having yeast. Do you understand? So all these things are the things that will facilitate spoilage. So the way they did it, they've done commercial sterilization, because it's not a total sterilization. If that is done, it can even affect some of the remaining micronutrients, some vitamins in it. So they do commercial sterilization to a particular temperature to remove these microorganisms. And to this end, I would say in terms of safety, it is actually safe. But whenever you open a food product, even if the expiry date is still 1 year ahead, please just make sure you perceive the taste, the odor. If there is any other thing that is making you're feeling something is not good about the food product, then it's no longer safe at that point, even if the expiry date is still 1 year ahead.
Okay. We'll be right back with you, okay? Let's just go for our first set of commercials.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria Info.
99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.
See, everybody with him own wahala. Every day comes with its own version of challenges, and you have to be ready to face them, because only then can you move on to the next. That's why I never miss my breakfast. Scratch that. My peak breakfast, with the nutrients and energy I need to face each day, one challenge at a time.
Every day is a good day to power on with a peak breakfast. Have you had your
peak? Reach for your peak. Hey, Boku don come again with the high quality for low prices. Boku don reduce over 20 more products from 60cl Coca-Cola for only 350 naira to 60cl Fanta for the same 350 naira. Even 60cl Sprite, 350 naira join. That not be all Predator Encore 40cl na 390 naira. Ever Water 1500 ml. That one na 300 naira. Your favorite Boku family size bread Encore only 1300 naira. You dey feel am? Hey, you dey feel am? Hurry now, go any Boku store for prices wey cheap pass market.
Yes, so check Boku for prices wey cheap pass market. And Boku not far from you. This one no be promo. Not like this we dey enjoy every day for inside Boku store. Oya halele go Boku store now.
In the cooking game, you need a winning game plan. I'm not just talking about your fresh ingredients, utensils, or cooking skills. I'm talking about your choice of seasoning. My game plan is incomplete without Maggi chicken flavor. Made with a flavorful formation of onions, celery, turmeric, it's my game changer. Elevate the taste of your everyday dishes with delicious rich chicken flavor. Oh yeah, let's go.
New Maggi chicken flavor, my game changer.
Is that Alfie playing football in the rain?
It's Toby Chio.
My goodness. When did he grow up?
That's it with kids, so. It's amazing how your child grows up before your eyes. Enable their thriving development with the new NanKid 4 with HMOs to support your child's development, probiotics, and high-quality proteins to support age-appropriate growth. NanKid 4. Nourish your child's potential.
It's time for back to school. Looking for a reliable pen? With Big Crystal Original, forget your worries. It flows smoothly over paper. No more running out of ink. Big Crystal Original is the pen that writes up to 3 kilometers for your notes, exams, and scribblings during class. Big Crystal Original, a pen you can rely on.
Update. Yes, so Boku store don add ogbonge products to their shelf. High quality for low prices. From Sachet Go Vita chocolate drink for 150 naira to Chula tomato paste for 140 naira to Platis dishwash for 1,900 naira for only inside Boku. All of them don dey available.
Oya shop Boku for prices wey cheap pass market and high quality for low prices. Boku not far from you.
Boku abi no Boku.
All right, class, settle down. Today, let's talk about how you started your day.
We got dressed and had pancakes with John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for breakfast.
My mom makes John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate for us too.
My mom calls it instant goodness. My sister and I always put it inside our pap. It's so yummy.
John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate is a chocolate drink made of rich cocoa, milk, and sugar. Available nationwide in stores. John Vance 3-in-1 chocolate. Enjoy instant goodness.
Honey, you know you've given us everything, but there's something you're forgetting.
Another school fees?
No, AXA Mansard International Health Plan, IMED.
Insurance? Babe, you know we can handle any medical bills now.
IMED isn't bills, it's peace of mind. With IMED, we get hassle-free quality care at 1.9 million medical facilities and access to over 1,000 premium airport lounges worldwide. It's premium healthcare for our kids, for me, for you, and even our parents.
Visit www.axamansard.com or call 0700 AXA Mansard to get started. Terms and conditions apply. AXA, know you can.
Now cook food where sweet like this. One girl for my kitchen. Too sweet I lick my lips. Now waiting I use them fry my chicken. If you listen when it says the sound of churches you've been missing. It a hammer from my city. Now cook food where sweet like this. This mama do help me. This mama do. Oh no you dey this mama do. Mama do. Yes mama do. This mama do help me. This mama do. Oh no you dey this mama do. Mama do.
It tastes great. It's Mamador. Mamador oil is available in stores near you and also comes in pocket-friendly sizes. Use Mamador oil today.
Hey, party people. Jollof, gone.
pounded yam, gone. But water, unfinished bottles, abandoned like suya wrapper. Now, with the 33cl bottle, no waste, no wahala.
The new 33cl bottle. Big enough to refresh, small enough to finish. And thanks to our trusted 13-step quality process, every drop is refreshingly safe. Nestle Pure Life Premium Drinking Water. Source of hydration you can trust.
Remember how mom would wake up early, make us breakfast, iron our uniform?
We have to do something special for her.
Yes, so let's make this money fast.
Why wait? Reward your mom now with a trip to Zanzibar in the 2025 Three Crowns Milk Mom of the Year competition. Write a note with each letter of a name and submit with a picture of 16s or 2 refill pouches or 30 sachets on www.threecrowns.com.ng or at our collection centers for your chance to win. T's and C's apply. 3 Crowns Milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
Malta Guinness is now 600 naira. Now you get the same refreshing, nourishing, rich premium Malta Guinness for just 600 naira. Available at stores near you. Malta Guinness, here for every kind of you.
There are so many things I love about PamPay. You can enjoy unlimited free transfers.
Really? Is there more?
You can buy discounted data and airtime.
Wow. Can I get more?
You can get cash back on bill payments.
More money back?
You can even enjoy up to 20% interest on savings.
This is more.
It's just one app with endless possibilities. It's PamPay. Say yes to more. Say yes to more.
Start your day and have a good time.
Kivo Creamer.
And where you need to have the break time.
Kivo Creamer.
If not tea, Papa Garita.
Kivo Creamer. Kivo Creamer.
No be party jollof this thing.
I beg, make nothing hungry you again today.
I'm pregnant where every day follow talk so.
Neighbor, I beg.
I beg, neighbor, just one spoon.
No wahala.
Chef, what can be your secret?
Now, Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder get spicy stew, goat meat, fried rice, and roasted beef from great aroma to great taste.
Elevate every meal with Mr. Chef Seasoning Powder. Chef.
Hey, yeah, now Orabi, with Orabi, but it's strong, my mouth is fresh, keep clean well, oh, now Orabi. Strong teeth Orabi, fresh bread Orabi, 24/7 with Orabi. Strong teeth Orabi.
Give on our teeth 24 hours protection. Use Orabi today. The Nigerian Dental Association. Tanda Gidigba with Orabi.
Welcome back to your number one talk, news, and sports station. This is Nigeria Info.
What is health? It's more than the absence of illness. It's the state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being. But let's delve deeper. Health is the heartbeat of life. It's the rhythm that keeps us moving forward. The pulse that echoes our vitality. It's a symphony of balance and harmony, resonating in every aspect of our existence. Health is a silent conductor, orchestrating the dance between the body and mind. It's the energy that propels us towards our dreams and aspirations. It is the foundation upon which we build our futures. So, what is health to you? Join me, Kofi Bartels, this and every Thursday for Health Thursday, 8 a.m. on the Morning Crossfire as we explore important issues affecting your health. Only on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
This is Morning Crossfire on 99.3 Nigeria Info.
All right, welcome back. We're still taking your thoughts on our topic this morning. Please feel free to call the numbers we already advertised: 0201 277 0993 and 0201 465 7190. Our guest is still with us, and I'm talking about Riwan Oyedele, who is a food scientist with the Lagos Food Bank Initiative. He's a food nutritionist, and we're looking at this issue of packaged food that we talked about, packaged or processed food that we talked about a couple of weeks ago, and trying to find out what can Nigerians do, what can we do, the healthy alternatives to these. So please call the number 0201-277-0993 and 0201-465-7190. I'd like to know if you used the information I shared a couple of weeks ago on some brands of tomato mix. I'm not mentioning brands, but I mean there are some out there that you may want to check the content and the ingredients to see if you're okay with it, and also to say that people feel that everything in it is tomato. It's not the case, and you have to do that also for other products as well. And like we said, for instance, our case study, which is tomato paste or mix, which is called these days, not tomato paste. You could have as little as 8% of the total content being concentration being tomato, because the laws allow that in Nigeria here. Health experts have expressed deep concern over the growing consumption of these processed and prepackaged foods, with for instance, food scientists in Nigeria saying that over 70% of sodium intake comes from industrially processed, prepackaged and ready-to-eat foods such as bread, instant noodles, bouillon cubes, some call it seasoning, okay, sauces, processed meat, and snacks. In fact, one of those days I was in a supermarket and someone came up to me to say that, for the seasoning I wanted to buy, they have another one that is it's like premium. That premium one, there's an ingredient which I can't remember now, that is in a regular one, in a seasoning cube, that may not be too good if consumed in large quantities, but they did not put that one in the premium one. So can I buy the premium one? It's more expensive, but it's healthier. And I said, wow, so you're telling me that this one I'm buying, which is a regular one, has a content that may not be good for me if I consume always. And now you sell me one that's more expensive. But why are you giving me this one? I'll come to you, Rewan, on that. I can see you smiling. Now, processed and prepackaged foods are major contributors to Nigeria's cardiovascular risks in Nigeria. This is coming from a food science technology consultant at the Nigerian Health and Environmental Development. This is John Funsho Tensha in a report that was cited on the 23rd of July 2025 by PM News, by the way, so you can check it out. Okay, this is what he said. Processed and prepackaged foods are major contributors to cardiovascular risk in Nigeria. That's what the man is saying. He's an expert. Okay. Also, according to other health experts, the traditional Nigerian diet has been overtaken. The traditional diet, it's been overtaken by ultra-processed and convenience foods due to urbanization. Okay, that's number one. Aggressive food marketing, and then busy lifestyles. Everyone is busy. No time to go and grind tomato, so you use the one in the tin. But we hear that this trend is threatening our public health. All right, and the experts have noted this as well. Now, we hear that the average Nigerian consumes between 2.8 grams and 10 grams of salt per day. So even if you are a BP patient and you don't take salt, you're taking salt through other means. That thing that is in a can or a sachet, whatever you're buying, may have salt. You're a diabetes patient, you're taking sugar through other means. Okay? So the average Nigerian consumes, we hear from the experts, between 2.8 grams and 10 grams of salt per day, more than double the WHO's recommended limit of 5 grams, which is just about one level of a teaspoon of salt per day. Okay, so we've had the cases where you have all these things like cornstarch, sugar, artificial colors, packaged in and sold as tomato paste and all that. Now, what we want to hear from you is, have you used this information I passed on a couple of weeks ago for anything, to change your lifestyle? Have you or your family switched from traditional meals to instant, packs? Or are you still using the traditional natural foods, and why? What do you think makes these processed foods so appealing, and all that? And also, can you share a time when you chose a healthier meal instead of, trying to swap something that is processed for a homemade alternative? 0201 2770993. Real one. I saw you smiling when I told my story of going to the mall and someone tried to sell me seasoning cube and said this one is more expensive, but it doesn't have an ingredient that is not good. Are you aware of something like that?
Yes, I'm aware. So one of the things I like doing, a pro bono unpaid, is to always encourage people to read food ingredient labels. You may not understand everything, but there are still some basic ones that are of public health importance. Like you mentioned about cardiovascular diseases, and I know one of the villain there is salt. So when you read these food labels, at least you can see salt, you can see sugar. There are some people who read a lot, like our host. He has done extensive research. So some people even know some other names that you can call sugar if you don't want it to call it sugar, like high fructose corn syrup. It's is usually used in baked products like biscuits, breads, cakes. For me, I even think high fructose corn syrup is even worse than sugar.
Really?
So you can see maple leaf syrup. So all these things are syrups like of sugars, varying level of sugar, maybe simple sugar or maybe what we call 2 sugars together. That's disaccharide. Whether 2 or 3 sugar or 1 sugar, it's still sugar. The body will convert it to sugar. But I hear people say when you consume yam, when you consume potato, everything is still starch, it will still be sugar. Fine, we know the body will convert it to sugar, but it's going to break it down. It's like, because there is fiber in it, it's going to break it down gently. And what that fiber does is that the rate at which the sugar will enter the bloodstream is going to be gradual. That's why when you take food that has enough fiber, you won't feel hungry immediately. It will take you some time before you get hungry. But when you take food that have simple sugar, like refined carbohydrates, like the flour we use for baked food, you just see that your sugar will spike up. When you take soda beverages, your sugar will spike up, and then the same way it went up is going to crash again. And the body doesn't even want something like this. That's why you start feeling hungry again. You say you just finished eating and then you are hungry. You get it? And these are the things that even affect our organs, like the pancreas. The pancreas doesn't, it has what secretes insulin that help us to let me say, should I say, how to utilize the sugar now. It's like the gatekeeper that will tell our muscles, okay, sugar is around in the blood, you guys come pick it up. So it's once a gradual process, not something that will just be like a fire brigade approach. It will rush into the bloodstream, then insulin too will start rushing up and down. And you see all these things, the body doesn't want it like that. It prefers a gradual process. That's why we encourage people to even eat food that you cook in your kitchen. They have fiber, they are natural foods that were harvested from the farm. It has not been processed. I like when you mentioned that the experts talk about ultra-processed food. There is no food that is not being processed. It's just the level of processing that differs. So when you sort your food in the kitchen, when you cook, it's still processing. But these ones, they have undergone industrial process. Some of these fibers have been removed. Like the flour we talk about, flour is from wheat. Wheat is fine. But because they want it to have some functional properties, they've removed the fiber in it and some other things. Now we are left with just the starch. You understand? So about all these ingredients, like the person who told you that you should come and pay for premium, there's one thing or the other. I even would like to know what ingredients is the person talking about, because sometimes they still want to sell something that is not healthy to you and they want to convince you that it is healthy. Depending on what that ingredient is, what are they going to add? It depends on what the ingredient is.
Okay, I'll look for that.
Yeah, so I'm just saying.
But we hear that there's an increased, incident. There are increased incidences of cases of liver and kidney diseases in Nigeria, and even indeed cancer. Are these also related to some of the things we eat?
Yeah, yes. So I would just say it is related, like you said. I won't establish a cause and effect here, because there are many research that people have done. Some of them, depending on, is when we read the research, we look at the methodology. That's when we can now look at the strength of the evidence, because there are some research that you can't just say, okay, because this person said it is causing so and so, then you now turn it to a public health policy. No, there's a way. What do you call it? The public health scientists, they review this research. They look at how rigorous the process is.
Okay.
You understand? That's when they can now say, wow, okay, we've seen about 4 or 5 of this type of research that they are rigorous. Okay. And we can now say, okay, let's come up with this. It's not that you just somebody will just go and do something like a survey one way or the other. Okay. And some of this research, they don't use human subjects. It's based on laboratory study that use Winston rats. So they just extrapolate it that, okay, since it's causing this thing in what we think is closest to the metabolism of humans, which is this Winston rat, okay, I think it's possible it might affect humans too. Okay, and there are some few studies that actually use humans.
Talking about this research or studies that are done using rats, for lab rats, for instance. Can you tell us? Can you speak about Red 40 or E129? The coloring, the artificial coloring, Red 40 or E129, because there are some studies that were done with rats, and it was found that it gave them some sort of conditions. I'm going to dig it up. So can you speak to Red 40 and E129 used in these tomatoes? Is this something we should be concerned about?
Yes, since this research, like I said, if the research were rigorous and is worthy of, is like the research are worthy, I won't say people should consume this artificial coloring, because even in rats, it's causing those stuffs. And these things, they are close to like their metabolism. The reason why they use it is because their metabolism, anatomy of some internal stuffs, they are close to those of humans. So since it is causing it in all these animals, it is not advisable for us to consume them as humans. And for these things to occur, it depends on the dose too. I won't say maybe people who just consume it maybe because of convenience, like you said, came back from work, there's no time to blend tomato, maybe just once in 2 months.
All right.
That one is still understandable. But now consuming it like every day, 4 times in a week, and you understand? So it's not advisable to consume them.
Okay. One brand of tomato paste was found in Ghana. It was in a sachet, this tomato mix, and the sachet was bloated. It was bloated. It was about to bust. Came hard. It was bloated. Yeah, and I think authorities had to clamp down on that. Someone sent me a picture of that brand saying this is one of the tomatoes, bad tomatoes there. Okay, Martin's like, why are you calling it bad? I won't mention the name. But why are you calling it bad? What is in there that you're calling it bad for? All right, want to take calls, 02012770993. Please call and have your say, okay? If you have any question or contribution, we'll be glad to take your calls. Another message here. Okay, says, good morning, Kofi. What I use now is called snake tomato. I grow it in the land remaining at my backyard. Snake tomato. Okay, I'm going to look at the picture you sent. I'm very curious to... Rewan, have you heard of snake tomato before?
From the way you described it, I think I've seen it. It's a lot in my area.
Snake tomato.
Yes, but it's like cucumber. If I'm right, it looks like cucumber. If I'm right, I think I've seen it.
Snake tomato. Wow.
I don't know if that's what the person is talking about, but from the way you described it, I think that's it.
Okay. All right. 99.3. Good morning. Who do we have on the line, please? Okay. Rewan, so what alternative exists? What can Nigerians do if they want to stay away from these prepackaged foods? Let's start with tin tomatoes, or tomato mix as it's now called. I guess they're not calling it tin tomatoes because it's not just tomato, Yeah. So what are the alternatives?
Yes. People can make it at home, but not exactly as the paste you are seeing in the market, because that one is an industrial process. We can't have access to all the processes that were used, the equipment. We can't have access to it. But for those people who have constant electricity supply, they have a good refrigerator, at least working at something not higher than 4 degrees Celsius. So they can just grind the tomato and make sure and remove the juice. When they remove the juice, they concentrate it in a pot. They put it in a pot then they eat it until it is thick. You know, I said earlier that there are two things. In fresh tomato, the moisture content is too much. That's why it's going to spoil so fast. And the other thing is the microorganisms that can make it spoil. So for the microorganism, the refrigerator can handle it. Though refrigerator does not spoil, it does not halt spoilage, but it will extend the time. So it's just easy. Start with good tomatoes. Don't buy those ones that have yeast in the market already. The quality of what you started with is the quality of what you end with. So when you get good quality tomatoes, firm ones that are fresh, you wash them, you clean them, you source the good ones, then you can juice it. When you juice it, if possible, you can sieve it in maybe a muslin cloth or a mesh to remove the seed and some of the skin. So after doing that, the closest thing you can do at home, there are still some processes you will do if it's an industrial stuff. But the closest thing you can do at home is just to put it in a pot, boil it until the water is almost gone. It's going to be thick. And after that, then you can put a little bit of salt. That will work as, not for sweetening it now, but as a preservative, as a natural preservative. So the quantity of salt you add will be the quantity that maybe that's what you can tolerate when you want to cook. And you must be careful when you want to use the tomato, you don't forget that you've added salt. So when you add salt, it's thick already. You can then put it in the refrigerator. But the electricity supply must be constant. And I think from my own experience, maybe it should not be more than 2 weeks. Because even if the tomato is there, it hasn't spoiled, but you may not like the taste anymore once it's more than 2 weeks, or depending on women, they know a lot about it. So depending on how long you kept it in the refrigerator, I think that's the closest thing we can do at home. And there's some trend now for some people who can afford it.
Okay.
They have this dehydrator at home. I think that one is even fine. You are not going to juice it. You are not going to do anything. What you just do is that you just dry the tomato. You dehydrate the water. Now you have it like a dried vegetable. So after doing that, you've removed the water. One of the risk factor is gone. Then after you've done that, you package it in something like a nylon. Or when you are doing all these things, just ensure that you are maintaining a clean process. So once you put it in the nylon or something like that, put it in the refrigerator. You understand? You can even keep it in batches. Maybe the one you will use to cook at a time, so that you don't have to open it and dip your hand in it every time. You keep it in the refrigerator, and maybe for like that one can still stay maybe like 1 month. So you have the tomato intact. You are not even juicing it. You are not doing anything. You are not discarding anything. You have it intact. The only thing you have done is that you have dehydrated it. But what some people want it fresh. They will tell you that the dried one is not so good. But at least it's good to have, rather not to have. You understand what I'm saying? At least even if some of the nutrients are partly gone, you still have the minerals there. They are there for you, like the potassium and some other minerals. They are there.
All right. Interesting. We're not going to leave this conversation today. We'll have to continue at some other point as well, because we need to enlighten our people that thing you're buying that is said to be tin tomato or tomato pastes, could be 8% of it is tomato. The rest is other things that you're not aware of. So you have to read and then make your mind up if that's what you want. Someone says, okay, thank you very much for recommendation. On processed food conversation, I'll say, although the food crops we plant are not so trustworthy in terms of seeds, fresh foods are still better alternatives to processed foods. I love to have the piece. Okay, I'll send it to you. Adebola Abraham, listening in a Ware-Koro area of Ogun State. Good to hear from you. Thank you very much. We'll have to leave it at that. Rewan Oyedele, thank you very much for your time. Of course, Rewan is a food scientist with Lagos Food Bank Initiative. You guys are doing great. All right, so keep doing the good work, and regards to everyone there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
All right. So for those of you listening, please take time. Like he said, you can have something at home. You can store it as an alternative to tomato paste. You can have your own mix. We'll bring more people on, to talk about these things as we go on, because it's very important. What you put in your body determines a lot. Let's go pay our bills.
It's time for back to school. Looking for a reliable pen? With Big Crystal Original, forget your worries. It flows smoothly over paper. No more.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as